Greetings and salutations, folks. My name is Nick, and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition, where I don't necessarily remember if I had any operations to send out, but we'll stop as War Council to see about that. Otherwise, I've been in the Hissing Wastes. We will return to the Hissing Wastes, the land of plenty of space, and as Harding put it, little else. I look forward to bringing out... I probably should change what my mount looks like, since I'm actually going to be using my mount pretty regularly in that area. Let's see. We just gathered metals, Everite. I have no idea what I need that for. Nugskin and canine leather, not really that useful. An Orlesian throne accessory. Fancy. Alright, I'm going to send people on more stuff collecting missions. And then we will return to the Hissing Wastes. You know, I think I was more on board for this mount until I realized how many horrible noises this thing made. Like, I think I might just switch back to a regular horse, because... and it's like every time you start sprinting with this thing. Alright, well, let's at least take care of the objectives in this direction. That way we're not fast traveling away just to change out our mount and then having to ride back all the way in the same direction. And we got you. Excellent. All too easy. Let us... Everybody's standing right next to this one over here. You can do that. You can... just in the middle, unfortunately. So there's just going to be one more bad guy we have to deal with. A pride demon, eh? Ah. It's like, Cassandra, could you please stay on one side of the pride demon? You don't have to continuously circle around it. Oh. There's a statue over there. Just minding their own business. Unfortunately, I cannot claim the statue with the skulls and the huge boobs. But I don't think I'm that far away from the Venatori camp, so we don't have to worry... Ooh. Oh, this is just a flower. So we don't have to worry about bringing out our screaming stag. As we make our way to this camp. Venatori! Knock, knock, Venatori. Ah, there they are. Just minding their own business, extremely deep into their forts. Not expecting an Inquisition. Oh. Let's go after this mage. You jerk. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work there, there, Cassandra. It's interesting, like, you can't actually, like, you tell your characters not to use abilities on enemies that won't be affected by them. Which is, it's an interesting aspect of the AI system. Is, like, you can list the abilities, like, but you don't control the limits of said abilities. And the characters aren't smart enough to understand the limits of their own abilities. Excellent. I will take this mosaic piece for a puzzle I will never finish. Take that, Venatori marksman! What were you doing this whole time? Your allies were... they needed you. You were just standing there reading a book? Probably? And here I am complaining about Cassandra not realizing that her one chain pull ability isn't going to work on enemies that are larger. And this mage is just like, you know what? I don't really feel it. Like, I hear a commotion going on over there, but it's not that. It doesn't seem that dangerous. Like, it looks like one of the Venatori already repopulated itself. It kind of makes me wonder, what am I actually supposed to do here, other than, in theory, kill off all the Venatori? Unless there's, like, a hidden route. Like, that door's just closed. Like, maybe there's an alternate path in that I was not paying attention to. Oh, there we go. Alternate path in that I was not paying attention to.
Worth a look around, right?
Well, yeah, after we kill the bad guys. It's like, oh no, I'm trying to explore, but I keep getting stabbed by the bad guys.
One down.
I mean, there were many down, Cassandra, before that one. Like, you don't have to wait for, like, the 5th or 6th one and be like, hey, we got one. Bottles of Thetis, Silent Plains Piquet. An artisanal treatment of a Tevinter slave wine. Grape pomace soaked and pressed, then buried for a year under the wastes, where the first archdemon fell. One assumes. They keep finding the stuff. Now, they were keeping a dwarven dragon statuette in there. Alright, let us save our game. As is our way. And go deeper into the camp. Camp yet, because apparently there's more to do. More Venatori to kill. Like that one over there. Excellent. You are a tougher one. Are you the leader of this event? Oh, you are the overseer. If I had targeted you, I would have known this.
must have been the
Blood
Venatori's
Wake.
main camp.
Not anymore. Where to now?
Come on, we should still find what they were after.
Were they after this statue of, this burial? Were they after this mug? Also with another dwarven dragon statuette? This bust? Seems like this archaeological dig was a bust. Yeah, we got more Venatori here, I guess. Take this! And that! Huh. So it seems like I've dealt with the Venatori, but I still have to find out why they were here in the first place. They were not here to look at this broken dwarven statue. There's no doubt about that. Like, that's one of the problems with having, like, an objective area that is as large as it is.
Oh, come on. Make another guess.
Very well. Infadus.
It has to be a place, not every place.
Perhaps if you told me the rules.
What rules? Everyone knows how to guess. Except you.
I still don't know what they're guessing about. That conversation has shown up a couple times now. And, like, it's been so... It's, like, when you're playing a game this long... Like, if you don't have, like, the dialogue show up, like, nearby each other... Like, it would be nice if there was, like, a reminder in the dialogue, like, hey, remember this? I'm reminded there's a podcast I listen to called Welcome to Night Vale. And Welcome to Night Vale deals with a lot of different subplots. There are tons of subplots to Welcome to Night Vale. Oh, here we go. One second, I'll get back to the Night Vale thing. Fellow Magisters, we have been given a chance to redeem ourselves after one of our own failed Corypheus at Redcliffe. The dwarven relics in the tombs are instructions on recreating the masterpieces of one of their finest paragons. They are to be excavated, replicated, and brought back for study. The Elder One is generous to let us prove our worth. We cannot disappoint him. Do not spare the slaves. Speed is crucial to our success. Let us set an example to the rest of the Venatori, mages and commoners both, with our obedience to the Elder One's will. Overseer Julix. So, in Welcome to Night Vale, you've got all of these different subplots. But one of the strengths and one of the jokes at the same time is that Welcome to the Night Vale will always reintroduce these subplots largely in the exact same manner every single time. For example, exact wording for escapes me at the moment. Oh, here we go. We got a call in from John Peters out by the edge of town. You know, the farmer. And every time that the host of Welcome to Night Vale, Cecil, talks about John Peters, you know, the farmer, he'll actually say that specifically. Which like, on one hand, you could argue is redundant, especially since the first time that,
Inquisitor.
the first episode of Welcome to Night Vale, in which John Peters is a character, he gets referenced several times throughout the episode. But also considering that this is a series that has gone on for over 200 episodes. Like, by episode 50, are you really going to remember John Peters? You know, the farmer. In comparison to everything else in the game. Sorry, in the game, in the podcast. So, it has to have an understanding of how often you get that information. And there's tons of information to process. Ooh, this is actually not that far from this camp, so we can go there. It all depends on how often you get that information. And, I've been traveling a lot with this particular group. And every group is going to have its own chatter. Because the characters have their own relationships with each other. Not too deep. It's more like small criticisms, jokes, banter, that kind of thing. And the banter between your specific group setups becomes unique depending on who you bring with you. But if there is ongoing banter, between characters over the course of a... Hold on, let's take a look at my save file. Real quick. It's still funny how, characters disappear and then their weapons. I'm at 63 hours. $63 into Dragon Age Inquisition. That is still painful to watch. But the horse is unaffected. But, even if the first time I've heard their banter, like Sarah and Cassandra, they've been around in the party for quite a while. For most of the game. So the odds that that particular set of banter quotes showing up maybe 10 hours ago, 15 hours ago, 20 hours ago is relatively high. I could use a refresher. If the quote started off with something like, "Hey Cassandra, what's your guess on this thing?" That would be nice. That would be very convenient because I don't remember what the hell they were talking about. To meme to meme Titanic, it feels like it has been 87 years. Oh, this book is giving us a quest. Maybe we'll find it. The fact that I've found any of those surprises me. Marina, I'm returning to the main camp. Don't linger past sunset. We were working by torchlight past dark when a horde of spiders poured out of the canyon's rocks. There are Red Templars on patrol, but if the Overseer wants us to go faster, he should ask the wretched brutes to guard us while we work. We already have a few enough Venatori after the disaster at Redcliffe. Something the Red Templars have taken pains to remind us about, I've noticed. Are all Templars in the South this haughty? Hum-um-um. Hum-um-um. Oh, are we under attack? We are no longer under attack. The attack has ended. Thank you, Cassandra. There was only one and we killed the one. Good job. Dual blade dagger? But it's worse than what I'm carrying, so I'm not going to use it. Though I suppose, like, there's a lot that could go into developing side character relations with each other. Like, as the player character, you often see your relations with the side characters, but you very rarely see the side characters' relationships with each other. It's only kind of depicted in that banter. A journal on Dwarven runes. The inscriptions on the runes are all in the old tongue. Thank you, grandmother, for teaching this ungrateful brat, Old Dwarven. The writing talks about the sad parting from the stone. Hundreds of years ago, several houses left their taigs to settle here under one leader. They were running from a war, or running so there wouldn't be a war. I read and reread the pillars until the light faded, but I know I'm missing something. I'll go back tomorrow. I wish Felicity's sister hadn't talked her out of joining me. I could use an extra pair of eyes to keep watch at night. Alright, what do we have here? What mysteries lie beneath the sands? Boxes. Just as the old dwarves used to use. Hello. Take this. Who needs flanking? Zealot, take that. No. Loot, don't jump. Ah, it's got junk in there. And a mosaic piece. If I actually assemble a mosaic piece while playing this game, I will be incredibly surprised. If you've ever assembled a mosaic piece, I'm impressed. Good job, you mosaic piece assemblers. Because that just is like, it seems like it's a lot of work considering how few pieces there are. Like, I'd really, really have to ping the environments if I expect to find every single one. For now, though, let us save our game, as is the custom. We can go to this camp and then travel southeast. That's just a boring mount.
Dispatch for you.
I do not care. But at the very least, it's not going to make really, really loud stag noises. And let us put an end to this rift. Oh, okay, so 3 of these greater terrors. They don't seem that great. I think everybody's too far away from the rift. Guys, you can come closer. Oh, actually, is Cassandra right next to one of these emergence spots? No, she's not. She's way far away. Hello! Pride Demon. That was a nice attempt at armoring yourself. It's too bad that attempt has led to failure. Are you dead? No, now you're dead. All right, another rift closed. I think I'm gonna go back to the camp, head west to the other rift, and then from there travel south to the Field of Bones. Nope, we can go slightly faster, maybe. I've heard this is technically slower, or sorry, not technically, sorry, technically not any faster than just riding your horse. But the illusion is there. It's a very slight illusion, and it makes you feel like you're at least doing something, rather than doing nothing. Yeah, attack my target. I will go after the Pride Demon and defeat the Pride Demon in one fell in two fell swoops. Who's really even counting the amount of swoops? And Cassandra was able to get 2 of them. Fantastic. Alright, another rift closed. So many rifts. Lots and lots of time. Nope. Alright, let us call our horse. And we are traveling now to the Field of Bones to locate a missing patrol. Also, for some reason, I find the phrase Field of Bones to be very Bonesaw adjacent. Thusly, the attempt at a Macho Man, Randy Savage impression while saying the location's name. In case you're wondering. Ah, spiders! This looks like this might be where the thing happened. Or maybe nothing happened here. Maybe just horrible spiders fill the desert. No particularly good reason. Oh no, we did it. Oh, but also more spiders have shown up. All too easy. Alright, what's next? And then we have a few things to do over there, and that's kind of it for this area, which I'm okay with. Oh, we need to find all these key fragments. Huh. All right, let us... Oh, and we still have one more ocularium to find. All right, let's go to the statue camp.
Word for you.
No, I don't care. All right, for a second, I wasn't entirely sure how far the ground was below me. And also, this rift is so far away. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Graphics Poppin', for revealing my objective at last. Oh. Let's see what's going on here for some reason. Venatori Brute, take this. Ah. Or is this just a camp that happens to be nearby a rift for some reason? I think this is just a camp that happens to be nearby a rift. Why, hello, Pride Demon. Take pride in knowing that I'm going to kill you. Ah. Alright, first wave is done. Cassandra, if you can step here. And Solus, if you can... Yeah, hit that one. I think she might be able to knock out both of those. Yes, she can. Fantastic. Oh, let's... Oh, son of a... That's okay. I accidentally got hit by his electrical whip.
Here's a guest for you, Sarah. And Bert.
Not bad. It should sound more southern.
Fine then. However,
Well, you're not very good at this.
I don't really know Ferelden that well.
Just guess. Somewhere fun.
I kind of wish I knew or remembered what they were guessing about. Are they guessing where she's from? No.
Inquisitor, if you have a moment.
I have 0 moments. Hello? What are you doing out here? Just standing looking at this dead beast? The beast just lying there in the sands. Alright. Let us close this final rift. From this area, at least. You know, let's disrupt the rift for old time's sake. It's been a while since we've disrupted any rifts. Cassandra, you're in prime real estate location. Let us disrupt a rift again, maybe in time to... Yeah, that was meaningless, but you know what, hey, it's been a... How many more opportunities will we have to disrupt rifts? Probably very few. Oh, yeah. And then there's... Oh my gosh. I was about to walk over there, but, like, distances on the map in this area are very hard to trust. Like, everything seems like it's close to each other on the map. And then in-game, it's actually, like... It's actually much farther away.
Whoa!
Hmm. Is it just me, or does this look like something? Like something important? Have I been here before? It seems like I have. I think I have. And I haven't been in this area, so that's probably where we're going to go. So let's fast travel there, hop on my mount. Oh no, wait, I went that way to get to the... to the rift that was there. Huh. 1 second while we cut to something new.
Whoa!
Okay, that took a lot less time than I was expecting. I claim this tomb for the Inquisition. A blocked doorway. A Vantham. If your eyes were as sharp as your tongue, you'd have long realized that we found more than just another tomb. This is where the dwarves who built this city emerged from the deep roads. Whatever drove them here, they were determined to stay. The lowest levels were deliberately collapsed. Send Virtus back when he's done with the runes in the canyon. Do not make him lift anything heavier than a quill. That slave cost a pretty fortune, Astoris. Alright, so I'm guessing I can't... Oh, Solanus, 4 slaves injured and 10 crushed under the rock. We couldn't excavate this entrance with 50 if we keep losing so many. I propose we dig down from the top. There's no other way to reach the tomb without risking another rock slide. Leave this note to the others. I must inform the overseer about our reduction in labor. Darinix. Yeah, the door unceremoniously evicted us. But the question becomes, how easily is it going to be for me to get to said top so that I can work my way down to the tomb? And by easy, I mean quickly. At the very least, it does seem as though the route to said top is relatively obvious. Hello, just me. Don't mind me. Like that. Oh, nope. That was you. Nope, that was Solus. Nope, that was nobody. Ow. No armor up for you. Do you guys care over there? Somehow you don't. So if you don't care, you know what? I don't care. We're at peace. All right, Solus. A journal on dwarven runes. It's a paragon. The man who led the people here who built this city was Master Smith Paragon Farrell. Legend says he died in the deep roads during a war between two Taigs, who used his rune work to build fantastic weapons of destruction. If he escaped up here, that means the records are wrong, or someone 1,000 years ago tried to pretty up the truth about his leaving. The most talented shaper of runes in dwarven history, escaping with his entire house to the surface. Now that will fluff some beards in the shape rate. My father said our old family business used to be near an archway that was part of Feral Paragon statue. I wish I could have shown him this. He's the one who wanted to believe our ancestors in the stone were still guiding us. Be nice to think it were true, old man. No, that's just a jug.
You can sense elven magic somewhere nearby.
This area is going much deeper down than I was expecting. Oh, hello. A Master Fire Rune. For all of my Master Fire Rune curiosities. Is that what enchanting is in this game? Is the usage of runes? Like they never really explain that very well in this game. Like what is enchanting? Like in Dragon Age Origins, it's very clear what enchanting is. The character even says the word several times.
The wards are working.
Ah, a mosaic piece. What are we looking for? What am I looking for down here? Other than volcanic ashbrum. I'm so desperate, I'm even looting the jugs. Oh, here we go. Oh, this is just the way in. That collapsed. Oh, and there is a... ocularium above me. Alright, let's see what do we find next. Damn it. It just happens to be right through here. What are we looking at? Oh, it's one of these. But in the sand was stone, strong and true. Farrell hewed the stone and built, as great as any Taig in the deep. The sun burned above oceans of sand. And with his son's help, he ensured the Taig prospered and grew. Farrell hewed the stone and built, as great as any Taig in the deep. And with his son's help, he ensured the Taig prospered and grew. The sun burned above oceans of sand. but in the sand was stone, strong and true. Okay, so actually I think first it's the sun burned above oceans of sand. And then Farrell hewed the stone. There we go. A mosaic piece. And a key fragment. Fantastic. Alright, let's go up from here and examine that ocularium. Alright, here is the ocularium. Let us look through the ocularium upon only 3 shards from this angle. Somebody dropped their torch. Which means there's still another 1 to 2 oculariums. And it's also kind of interesting that this ocularium only kind of seems to see shards closer to the right side here. I'm hoping that is still... Oh my gosh. Truly, my favorite part of classic adventure games is scanning the entire area for clickable items. Good times, good times. Alright, here it is. Right down there at the base. Although the trick is to get to these shards. They're not exactly the easiest to access. So on that note, alright, here's 1. There's 2. Alright, so I got distracted from searching for the shards by this landmark over here. I claim it for the Inquisition! Stone over sky. Let this gate be the stone over your head. Home never forgotten, anchoring soil and sky. I don't know. Doesn't seem like there's that much going on for this area.
Dispatch for you.
Alright, at least this 3rd shard. And once this shard is collected, there are only 4 more shards to collect in the entire game, and we are done collecting any of these shards. About time, I say. About time. Okay, next thing. Alright, here is what looks like another ocularium. With any luck, this is the last ocularium. Oh. There's a number of things to do through here. Ah, son of a... There is 1 more ocularium after this. A journal on dwarven runes. I didn't think the hissing wastes would be so lively, but there are hunters prowling the dunes. One of them showed me a hidden watering hole. and some fine spots to camp. I asked her about the old Tig, but she didn't even know what a Tig was until I explained dwarves had more cities than just Orzammar. She clearly thinks I'm barmy, coming all the way here to study the runes. Polite about it, though. The statues here were chiseled thousands of years ago, I'm sure of it. Either these people love dwarven architecture, or the commonly known fact that dwarves never built cities on the surface is wrong. This is the stuff world-famous trees are made of. Alright, but before we go and grab those 2 shards that have been revealed, I claim this piece of rock for the Inquisition! Someone has lit a brazier full of oil here, possibly to act as a guiding light, should anyone need to find this rocky outcropping in the dark. Okay, I claimed this brazier for the Inquisition. My bad. I was simply thinking too big. This actually was the camp that I was planning to travel to in the first place. Because I think I might need to go into that tomb, and I just never really explored it enough. I'm feeling I might be a little bit brazen on leaving the camp and not on horseback. Oh, hello. I'm not particularly worried about your diary, sir, because it's not part of a quest. Or, like, have I already been to this tomb? Like, it would be nice if the tombs named themselves on the map. Instead of just being labeled as tomb, like, it was labeled under the same naming conventions that is used in the quest list. That way I could be like, oh, have I been to the statue tomb yet? Let's see, the mountain fortress, follow the treasure map to the tomb. Like, is this one of them? Is that one? Oh, there's 2 tombs. There are 3 tombs on my map. I've only been to 2 of them. I want to say I have been to this one.
Hissing wastes. Hissing?
Oh my gosh. Yep, I have been to that one. So that means this is the tomb I haven't been to. Or haven't fully explored. Alright, so this area, I just remembered that I kind of bypassed it. I claim this canyon overlook for the Inquisition. A draft of cold air from the canyon brings with it the sharp stench of rot. Around the overlook, puncture wounds dot the corpses of a gurn and its unlucky owner. I remember bypassing this on my way to another camp. Hello. Oh no, they're fighting the dog. The dog actually looks like it can hold its own. But we're gonna save the dog anyway, because the dog is a good dog. Welcome to my shop. Be back soon. Betyar will make change for you. Take this, poison spider! Oh. No. Yeah. Oh. Solus, you still have your original Velfire from, like, 2 dungeons ago? I mean, that's good for you. I'm impressed. Most of the time, these characters, like, drop the Velfire, like, after, like, one room. But yeah, somewhere out there, there are 2 more dungeons and an ocularium. Alright, what have we here? After many years, Farrell, greatest of paragons, could not bear life's burden. And the brothers swore and mourned when their father returned to the stone. He bade each son swear he would take care of his brother. And with the burden growing, he called his sons to his bedside. Okay, I think this is pretty obvious. After many years, Farrell, greatest of paragons, could not bear life's burden. And with the burden growing, he called his sons to his bedside. He bade each son swear he would take care of his brother. And the brothers swore and mourned when their father returned to the stone. And a key fragment. And a serrated greatsword. For Iron Bull to use when I'm not including him in the party. Alright. I guess let's go for the statue camp. There's got to be there would be a dungeon near here somewhere. A tomb near here. I don't remember seeing this fella. Ah, clearly, as there are question marks. Oh no, oh, there we go. Oh, that wasn't a horrible crashing sound. I claim this Colossus for the Inquisition! The Colossus of Orlais, Emperor Florian, in addition to being notoriously reclusive, was not fond of his own visage. Orlesian emperors and empresses are traditionally immortalized in gilded marble. Florian, forced to commission something, instead chose a red sandstone found only in the hissing wastes. He demanded his likeness be carved there, away from where he could see it. When presented with an official proposal, the emperor idly drew on the paper, adding circles around the royal crest, the statue's eyes, and the dimensions and cost of the project. Florian's signature turned it into an official court document, and he refused to entertain more modest proposals hastily drafted and sent to his chambers, as he considered the matter over and done with at last. Thusly, the Colossus of Orlais was born. Dozens of sculptors, hundreds of miners, and 3 highly paid surveyors selected a suitable, stable hill in the wastes to begin carving. A year into the project, workers uncovered an old dwarven ruin near the base of the statue. Believing this to be a sign that the ground was sturdy, the grand work continued until Florian's death, when Empress Selene took the throne and ordered work on the costly effigy immediately cease. We must give our subjects working on this noble project time to mourn, she said. Strangely, Empress Selene never ordered work on the Colossus of Orlais to resume, nor offered a plan to transport it out of the wastes. Strangely, who would have expected this? Oh, hello, spider.
One down.
I would have never expect Selene to just abandon this costly effort from her predecessor. that everybody agreed was a huge waste of time and money. No, get back here, spider. Solus, now it's your time to shine. Poison spider, prepare to die. Oh, you're already dead. Okay, what is today's story? Ferial Paragon fled from the strife his brilliance created. The surface where they would hide from the war that took their home. The strife had destroyed Tig, sundered houses from weapons that clan used against clan. His own clan and his two sons followed Feral to the pitiless surface. Okay, I think I got it. Feral Paragon fled from the strife his brilliance created. The strife that destroyed Tig sundered houses from weapons that clan used against clan. His own clan and his two sons followed Feral to the pitiless surface. The surface where they would hide from the war that took their home. So that's this one on a diagonal, this one, a mosaic piece. And another key fragment. Now I just need the Graveyard Tombs treasure. And still one more, shard. Or no, sorry, one more Oculus, two more shards. Alright, it looks like at the very least I found the last of the oculariums, which happened to be right next to the camp. I just happened to have just rode right by it the other day. I presume. Alright, there's one shard. Please don't be on the exact opposites. Ah, jeez. Two shards. Alright. Alright, here's one shard. And the last shard in the game. Alright, let's see if we can find that remaining tomb. Alright, I think this should be, with the assistance of the internet, this should be the remaining tomb to explore. Am I being followed? I don't know. Aqua Magus. Fine spirits infused with a bit of refined lyrium. Potentially fatal if ingested in quantity. Found next to dead body. I claim this tomb for the Inquisition! And the empty square. An open tomb has eroded over the centuries. Carved into the stone, almost too faint to see, is a bas relief of an enormous helmeted dwarf, flanked by two smaller dwarves marching out of a mountain under a beaming sun. And where one brother fell, the other raised bloodied axe in hand alone. Oh, hello. There are guardians to this tomb. I was not expecting such. Oh, hold on. Is this a big version of... I think this is actually a big version of those dungeon things. I did not realize that.
That wasn't the right solution.
I didn't even realize I was in a puzzle. Because all the other ones were underground. This one's above ground. Alright, Farrell's sons built monuments to their father, locking away his great works. And where one brother fell, the other raised bloodied axe in hand alone. But each ruled differently. They argued, and heated words made the brothers duel. This is Dragon Age Inquisition in a nutshell. Like, it's shown us that we could have objectives in a very small amount of space. And then it's like, you know, how about you do the exact same thing you were doing, but you have to walk for, like, a good, like, minute around if you expect to do that. And work together for a time side by side. Each ruled half the tide. Okay, I think I know which way to do it. Farrell's sons built monuments to their father, locking away his great works. So wait, who built the last monument after the last one died? And worked together for a time, side by side, each ruled half the tide. Unless the remaining dwarf realized his mistake. But each ruled differently. They argued, and heated words made the brothers duel. And where one brother fell, the other raised bloodied axe in hand, alone. Which, like, it's a little bit on the sad side, because the Paragon left the Dwarven city because like, his weapons were causing war between...
All these pieces of metal inside the tombs we found? They make up a key.
Ingenious. Let us see what it unlocks.
Is it conveniently on the map? No. I'm going to look it up, out of sake of time and convenience. But yeah, like, he escapes the dwarves because his weapons were causing dwarves to fight amongst each other. And then his sons would only carry on that legacy. All right, it looks like there is the remaining tomb off in the distance. Oh, hello. Don't mind me. Yeah, wyvern stuffs. Well, at the very least, I at last found Farrell's actual tomb.
What is that?
Sounds like... That's a dragon, right?
Truly, they did not short Dragon Age Inquisition of dragons. I was tracing heraldry etched on a wall when I noticed pictures of weapons with winged lizards worked into the decoration. I spent the rest of the day translating the inscriptions. This verse was apparently passed down through Farrell's house, through his father to his father's father, and so on from hundreds of generations. From the stone have no fear of anything, but the stoneless sky betrays with wings of flame. If the surface must be breached, if there is no other way, bring weapons against the Urtok, and heed their screams. Urtok means dragon. Why was it part of an ancient crest? Why were these dwarves so worried about a monster they never see that they worked it into their weapons? This place becomes more impossible every day. And thusly, I guess this is the 10th dragon, the one we have yet to kill. I think I'm going to stop here for the night. I've gone on for long enough. Next time we will fight a dragon, explore Farrell's tomb, and then move back to the deep roads. For now, though, got any suggestions for someone to play next? Leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have yourselves a good night.